afternoon, we are joined by some special guests, Coach Jordan Wood and the Grapeland Sandies 7-on-7 team. Coach Wood, how are you this afternoon?
Doing well. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Go ahead and introduce who you got with you there.
Right here, I have Malik Johnson. He'll be a junior. He plays a lot of offense and defense for us. And then behind him, we have Tayshawn Reese. He's one of our corners. And then we have Keevy Bruins, and he's our other safety and a big-time receiver for us. And then we have our other lockdown corner over there, Isaiah Jamal.
All right. Well, I'm so glad all of y'all are able to join us today. Coach, I want to start with you. With the coaches being unable to coach during 7-on-7, I know it makes it a little difficult, but what's been your thoughts going through 7-on-7 and kind of seeing the kids lead everything?
We have a great group of kids, and we're the smallest team every week, every year. Last year we went and competed with 7 guys and competed well in the qualifying tournament, and then this year we were able to win it. And we had 8 guys this year, so we know we're the smallest team every year, and we just want to go out and compete, and that's what we want to see. We don't worry about the scoreboard. We don't worry about being down. There was a point last year we were down 21-0 and came back to win it, and it wasn't about winning the game. It's about competing, playing some of these bigger schools, and that's what I want to see. I want to see the fight and them compete, and they did that this year. We were talking early in the year about just going and competing and playing. We didn't know that we were going to be very good at 7-on-7, and I said, you know what, it'd be a great tool to use to learn some defense and play defense, and I figured we could stop some people. I didn't know if we'd be able to score, and our defense stepped up, and we held a lot of teams to one score as we've been playing this year, and it's been a lot of fun built around the defense.
Well, and I also want to ask you about we talked on the phone the other day about how there's 6 small D2 2As basically, and then 6 D1 2As, and then they're filled in with the rest of 3As. So like you were talking about with the competition, how awesome is that to see, like you said, one of the smaller 2As in the state in Grapeland competing with these other bigger 2As and even 3As in that same division?
Oh, we take a lot of pride in it because we get a lot of comments over the last couple of years when we take 7 and 8 guys these tournaments. We compete really well and win a lot of games. We get a lot of comments about it, and I told the guys last year, I said they don't have anything to do with the coaching. Our kids just compete, and they're not worried about the heat. They're not worried about being tired. We don't have guys that sub in. They know that, so they just compete and they step up. They're gonna hurt, and they just play through it, and it's fun to watch. We have a couple guys that played for us last year. We're talking about us being hands off. We have a couple guys that graduated that actually step up and do our coaching for us, and so they have a lot of fun being involved still, and they love doing that.
Well, Malik, I want to talk to you. Let's talk a little bit about the team on the field, the 7-on-7. The coaches can't be out there for that, so it's all about these kids out there. Malik, how fun is it to be out there and kind of, do you create your own plays? Do you go off the playbook? Is it kind of like backyard football? How's it out there on the field?
Well, we have a man and we have a zone, so we just kind of read the offense, and the whole team communicates on what to run.
Well, and Coach was talking about he had full confidence in the defense. So what makes that defense so special for y'all?
Just our chemistry and just knowing where to be and trusting.
Yeah, and trusting each other, having each other's back. Now, y'all gonna have to forgive me. I didn't remember everybody's name, so we're just gonna go to behind you in the back. Go ahead and introduce yourself for me one more time, please.
Tayshawn.
All right, Tayshawn. And what position do you play again?
Corner.
All right, so we got more defensive here. So same question for you. As a corner, do you prefer man or do you prefer playing in zone?
Well, it really don't matter. I'm still just me.
You're just gonna lock it down regardless. Doesn't matter if it's zone, man, or whatever. Is it a little different? Are the rules a little different in 7-on-7 as compared to when you're in season, like with the physicality with the receivers, or are they kind of pretty much the same?
Not really.
Well, what's different about it? Is it you can't be as physical as 7-on-7?
Yeah,
It's a two-hand to it.
No time.
Well, I understand the no tackle, but you can't jam them at the line or anything like that.
Oh, yeah, you can jam it. We love that. Yeah, you can do that all day.
All right, that's what I'm talking. Listen, guys, I know I look old, but I played 7-on-7 too. I understand. I understand the sport, but I didn't know if y'all could like jam at the line or anything like that. So, do you notice that maybe defensively you are playing kind of the same schemes that you play in the regular season, or is it a little different for 7-on-7 since it's all passing and no run?
So what we do, like we wanted to build to our cover 3 stuff this next year, and so that's where we started. And when it comes to 7-on-7, everybody sees man and man and man, and all of a sudden they play us and they're seeing a cover 3, which is almost unheard of in 7-on-7. And we have a bunch of guys underneath, and they're forcing to throw them deep, and then we have guys out there that are deep that can really break on the ball. And so it's been a lot of fun. Just put pressure on teams that way.
Well, we got an offensive player in here somewhere, right?
Yeah, so when you were talking about creating your own plays,
yeah,
this is the guy you need to talk to. Like, he'll look at the play that he's supposed to run, look at the defense, and like, you know what? I'm going to change it up a little bit, and he'll wander off somewhere else. It works for him most of the time, but he's a guy that he'll take off on his own.
Okay, that's who I need to talk to. All right, what's your name for me one more time?
My name is Keegan Bruins.
Okay, all right. So let's talk about this now. Do you treat it like backyard football, trying to come up with your own plays and seeing what works, and then you can go back to coach and be like, "See, coach, it worked at 7-on-7. We can run this in a game."
Yes, sir.
Well, what makes the offense so good? Shout out some of your receivers that you got out there that you're throwing the ball to. What makes the offense so special?
Just nothing really. Just make sure me and my quarterback on the same page, and other receivers.
I'm sorry. See, I thought you were a quarterback for a second. My bad. He's out there catching.
Our quarterback's not here, but he's done a great job of taking care of the football. I think in the last 10 games, I think he has 1 interception, and he knows he understands that as long as we're not giving up possessions and pick sixes, our defense can keep us in the game. So he does a great job of taking care of the football and throwing it to where only our guys can get it. And Kiwi can get creative with some of his catches. So we don't get mad at him too much when he makes up his own stuff.
No, you can't, especially if it works. See, that's the thing. If it works, then it doesn't matter. You can go back to the coach and he'll be like, "Oh, I wish you wouldn't have done that, but at least we got a touchdown." But if it doesn't work, then that's when it's all bad. So you got to make sure it works if you're gonna go off script. All right, one last question at the very end. Go ahead and tell me your name one more time.
My name's Isaiah Jamal.
That's right, Isaiah. All right, so how exciting is it for this Grapeland 7-on-7 team to be headed to state next week? How awesome is that?
I think it's really exciting. It's exhilarating, you know. Like, for all of us, it feels like an opportunity to show who we are and to show what we have and the tools that we have, just like Coach Wood said, with only 8 people and even having more coming in. So, you know, I'm really excited for what we're going to see out there, and that's just what we're going to do. We're going to compete.
That's awesome, and like you said, it's putting Grapeland on the map. It's putting Grapeland on the map in these situations, and y'all go out there, have fun, make the most of it, and let's come back to Texas with the East Texas with the championship, huh? How's that sound?
Sounds good.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate y'all joining me, Coach Wood. Thank you so much for getting the boys on here and joining us as well. And best of luck at state next week. We'll talk to you down the road.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you, guys.